I want to go bowling and have some flash down the lanes. Well, today I'm going to demonstrate the basic throw, how to hook a bowling ball, and putting it all together. So the first principle I'm going to teach you about bowling is all depending on the lanes you are bowling. So there's wood lanes and there's synthetic lanes, and today we are bowling on synthetic lanes. There's also two types of balls in bowling alley. There's the normal house bar, which is made out of plastic, and then there's a ball that's made, my ball, that's made out of urethane, which is going to be more reactive than the house ball. Do a house ball, for example, to show you, but you can, there's three different ways you can stick your fingers in the ball. There's the basic 3-finger way. You got 2 fingers up top, thumb in the ball, down here. Then there's the 2-finger way, which is the way I throw a bowling ball. And then there's some people that just put no finger, and then that's how they bowl. There's a few ways to throw a bowling ball. Some of the ways, yeah, as I showed you in the fingers, but there's also to keep your hand underneath the ball. Now I'm going to show you how to keep your hand underneath the ball while you're releasing the ball on these more reactive synthetic lanes. And this is a house ball. I'm going to throw it 2 fingers because that's the way I throw it. But you will notice the release and how I release the ball. So I'm going to come up here. This ball's not going to curve as well because it's a house ball, but you want to, obviously your other foot's going to be back here. That's how I release it, and you just want to, and yeah, that's the. So I just showed you the release. Now the next step is the walk up, which is very process. You want to keep your feet in the same spot at all times. Every time you go up to bowl, the only thing you want to adjust is the way the boards are, depending on if you throw a strike or if you throw a spare. So now I'm going to show you the way you should walk up to the lane and the release at the same time, just kind of time together. So the walk up is very important. See, I, as a 2-handed bowler, like to start on this side of the lane with my feet square and my body square to the lane, okay? And then I like to do a slow walk up and a slow release. So you want to walk up, turn that body, and just release. And obviously the walk up depends on if you're bowling left-handed or right-handed. So now I'm going to move on to the next process, which is hooking the ball. Hooking the ball is a very important skill if you want to really enhance your bowling game, all depending on what the ball is made of. If you got a plastic ball, it's not going to hook very often because it's made out of plastic. But there's 4 different kinds of 4 different ways bowling balls are made. It's plastic, urethane, pearl, hybrid, and urethane reactive. And so to hook a bowling ball, you want to put axis rotation. Webster, axis rotation is the line throwing all fixed points of the rotating body around which all points of the body move in circles. So now I'm going to show you the basic of throwing that hook just down the lane and the release of how to do it. Alright. So the basics to hooking the bowling ball is, as I said before, axis rotation. So to hook that bowling ball, like I said earlier with the basic throw, you want to keep your wrists underneath, and you want to, as you're coming through, you want to flick up like you're throwing a football. You know, when you throw a football, your thumb is up. It's the same thing with bowling, but you're rolling. When you roll the ball, you want your thumb to be up in the air, like you're shaking somebody's hand or picking up a suitcase or something. So now I'm going to show you the basic release when you're up here to hooking a ball. So obviously your foot's going to be back here because this is your final stand, okay? So what I like to do is I like to curve my pinky because it generates more spin on the pull through. So if you just, doesn't have to be quick, if you just, and you see how it bounces around. So that was my ball. That was a urethane ball, and you see how it spins. Now I'm going to try to show you how to hook it with a plastic ball, which isn't going to spin as much, but sometimes at different bowling alleys you'll find balls that were used by old pros. But here, I'm going to throw the exact same release with a plastic ball and show you how it doesn't spin very much. So ready? See how it didn't spin very much down the lane? I teach you combining the walk up with the spin and how speed can vary depending on the type of ball you throw. Because if you have a plastic ball and you throw it, try to curve it, and you're throwing it fast, it's not going to curve. It's going to go straight in the gutter. Or if you have like a urethane ball like my ball, if I throw it fast, it's going to come around quicker. And now I will demonstrate adding the walk up and throwing speed into it as a variable. So also I'm going to demonstrate you right now is how to add the feet and how speed can affect the way the ball comes. So I have a urethane ball, which is my ball, my personal ball. And when I add more speed, it'll hook better than as if it's a house ball. So now I'm going to show you the tutorial on how to do it, and the slide at the end to release it when you're shaking somebody's head. My feet are always stuck in here, and I walk up super close, and then I close. So on our last step now, which is putting the basics and the hook together all in this last final, roll down the lane. Okay, and this I hopefully taught you how to roll ball down the lane. So just like I said before, my whole video demonstration video today was to hopefully teach you the basics of bowling, teach you the hook, so when you go bowling with your significant other or just for fun, or eventually you want to start bowling league, you can have some flash down the lanes. So here's putting it all together. Here's the body, the hook, and hopefully it's right out of this, not a gun.